Chosen One, divine forces have activated. Your path of opposition wasn't random, it was strategic spiritual warfare against your divine selection. Those who blocked, betrayed, and belittled you operated as unconscious vessels targeting your awakening power. But now, everything changes. God's fed up with your enemies. Watch as supernatural forces systematically dismantle those who stood against your purpose. Time after time, people tried to explain away your differences. They labeled you overly sensitive when you sensed energies they couldn't perceive, called you delusional when you knew things without being told, diagnosed you as anxious when you felt cosmic shifts they remained oblivious to. The world always attempts to pathologize what it cannot comprehend. You weren't born different. You were born chosen. Every reaction you've received throughout life confirms this divine selection. The time for questioning your spiritual identity has ended. The era of embracing your cosmic assignment has arrived with thunderous force. Your struggles were never random. That relationship that dissolved precisely when you began stepping into spiritual awareness. That job interview where everything inexplicably collapsed despite perfect qualifications. The sudden illness that manifested exactly when breakthrough loomed on your horizon. The neighbor filing complaints without cause. The colleague stealing credit for your innovations. The friend questioning your mental stability behind your back. Connect the dots. These represent coordinated spiritual attacks, operating through human vessels, targeting your divine purpose. Your enemies never functioned as independent agents, but as unconscious instruments within a sophisticated spiritual opposition system. Their hostility stems not from who you are, but what you represent. The emergence of consciousness that threatens established power structures, that unexplained fatigue that hits when you're about to make significant decisions. The strange technical glitches that occur only during your most important presentations. The miscommunications that happen exclusively around your breakthrough opportunities. The sudden doubts that flood your mind despite previous clarity. Spiritual warfare tactics designed to destabilize your confidence and derail your divine timing. Behind every human opposition stands energetic forces orchestrating synchronized attacks against your purpose. They target your finances to create scarcity consciousness, attack your relationships to foster isolation, generate health challenges to deplete your energy, manufacture reputation damage to diminish your influence. Their strategy operates through systematic attempt to close every available path toward your divine assignment. But here's what your enemies failed to understand. Opposition confirms significance. Those with ordinary destinies face ordinary obstacles. Those carrying world-changing purposes attract extraordinary resistance. Every attack against you served as cosmic confirmation of the threat your awakened potential poses to establish systems of control. For years, these forces operated undetected, believing their subtlety guaranteed their success. They mistakenly assumed you stood alone, defended only by your limited human resources. Their fundamental miscalculation, underestimating the divine, protection surrounding those chosen for cosmic purposes. Their attacks, while temporarily effective, activated divine intervention protocols beyond human comprehension. As you slept, cosmic councils convened regarding your situation. Universal forces that maintain balance throughout creation reviewed the excessive opposition against your divine purpose. Ancient scrolls bearing your soul's signature were opened, revealing original agreements made before your earthly embodiment. The dream you experienced wasn't merely symbolic, it represented actual proceedings within dimensions beyond physical perception. Those light beings surrounding you, guardians assigned to your spiritual bloodline since creation's earliest moments. Their declaration about testing periods ending, direct transmission of cosmic decree now actively reshaping reality around you. The thunderstorm that mysteriously appeared despite clear forecasts. Electromagnetic evidence of energetic shifts occurring in response to divine decisions. The repeated number sequences suddenly appearing everywhere. Activation codes signaling your energy field's recalibration. Your grandmother's pendant suddenly emitting unusual light. Physical manifestation of ancestral spiritual technologies awakening within your DNA. Everything has changed. The atmosphere surrounding you now operates under different spiritual laws than before. Divine patience with your opposition has reached its cosmic threshold. Spiritual authorities have issued universal declarations regarding your protection. Forces previously permitted to test your resolve now face severe restrictions in their ability to interfere with your path. The unusual sensations you've experienced since awakening, heightened awareness, emotional sensitivity, physical vibrations, sudden clarity, reflect your energy body adjusting to these new spiritual permissions. Your cellular structure literally recalibrates to function optimally within this upgraded protection field. The subtle electricity you feel beneath your skin, activation of dormant spiritual capacities previously suppressed by opposition forces. From this moment forward, different rules govern your reality. Actions taken against you automatically trigger corresponding consequences without your involvement. Spiritual courts have issued irrevocable rulings regarding your divine right to fulfill your purpose unhindered. Universal forces now actively dismantle every structure created to obstruct your spiritual effectiveness. Watch closely as everything changes. That boss who repeatedly blocked your advancement, currently facing unexpected audit, revealing years of misconduct previously hidden. The spiritual leader who publicly dismissed your gifts, suddenly contradicting their own teachings, creating credibility collapse among their followers. The family member who mocked your visions, receiving confirmations that validate everything you predicted. The colleague who stole your ideas, standing speechless during their presentation, unable to explain concepts they claimed as their own. Their phones overflow with messages demanding explanations for their sudden reversals. Their nights turn sleepless as anxiety consumes their thoughts. Their confidants withdraw support without explanation. Their previously reliable resources prove suddenly inaccessible. The strange energy they feel surrounding them, divine accountability converting to tangible consequences through natural channels. Your enemies gathered allies through shared opposition against your purpose. Those alliances now dissolve as mutual suspicion replaces former solidarity. Arguments erupt between previous collaborators. Secrets emerge revealing each participant's true motives. The unity that empowered their effectiveness shatters beyond repair, leaving each opponent isolated precisely when support becomes most crucial. Their confusion stems from fundamental misunderstanding. They believe themselves powerful enough to override divine selection. They mistook your temporary submission for permanent defeat. They interpreted divine patience as absence of protection. They failed to recognize every action against you was meticulously recorded by universal forces legally bound to ensure cosmic justice. Alert, Chosen One. You already love the daily drops across all 4 Astral Atom channels: Obsidian, Chosen; Chronicles, Astral Atom, and the new one, Legacy Forged. We're growing fast, building an unstoppable media network they can't erase. But the truth? It's hidden, twisted, censored. Your heart still knows what's real. That's why you're here. Because you've felt the simulation glitch, You're not waiting for permission. You're ready to reclaim your power. The Obsidian Inner Order is for the full-time chosen. Weekly Zoom calls, hidden teachings, psychic warfare strategies, tools they don't want you to have. It's time to remember. Link in description. Your real life begins inside. The spiritual. Authorities reviewing their cases hold no interest in revenge, but maintain absolute commitment to universal balance. Every opportunity for course correction was previously extended. Every warning sign was systematically ignored. Every chance for alignment was deliberately rejected. Their current circumstances reflect natural consequences of conscious choices made with full awareness of spiritual laws violated. The reckoning they experience serves dual purpose, removing their capacity to continue interfering with your assignment, while simultaneously offering powerful opportunity for their own spiritual awakening. Their discomfort, while intense, represents the precise spiritual medicine their souls require for potential transformation. As your enemies face dismantling, your path clears with supernatural precision. The project repeatedly rejected despite obvious merit. Suddenly receiving funding from unexpected sources who discovered your work through seemingly random circumstances. The health condition defying conventional diagnosis, spontaneously resolving as your body responds to the upgraded energetic environment surrounding you. The legal battle draining your resources, concluding favorably when evidence appears through channels impossible to manipulate. The property denied through unfair practices, available at half price through series of events defying statistical probability. People who previously ignored your messages, reaching out with opportunities perfectly aligned with your divine purpose. Technology functioning beyond normal capacity in your presence, while malfunctioning around those speaking against you. Natural elements responding differently to your energy. Plants accelerating growth. Animals approaching without fear. Weather patterns shifting during your significant moments. These developments represent more than fortunate coincidences. They demonstrate supernatural orchestration, divine forces systematically restructuring reality to align with your original spiritual assignment. The ease suddenly replacing previous struggle reflects adjusted spiritual permissions now governing your experience. Doors previously sealed through hostile interference swing open through divine authorization, transcending human limitations. Resources appearing precisely when needed, connections forming with exactly the right people, information arriving at perfectly timed moments, spiritual gifts activating with increased potency, physical energy expanding beyond previous capacity, mental clarity replacing former confusion, emotional stability emerging from previous turbulence. Each development confirms the cosmic recalibration actively transforming your reality. The synchronicities surrounding you serve as divine signatures, universal forces leaving evidence of their direct involvement in your affairs. The statistical impossibility of these combined occurrences proves their supernatural origin. No human effort could coordinate circumstances with such precision across multiple dimensions simultaneously. This reversal transcends mere opportunity. It represents divine restoration, the universe systematically returning everything previously stolen through unjust opposition. The unique qualities of these developments, their timing, their scope, their alignment with your specific needs, verify their source as beyond human orchestration. Your supernatural reversal serves cosmic purposes, extending beyond personal vindication. It establishes precedent visible to both seen and unseen realms. It demonstrates divine commitment to protecting chosen vessels. It provides tangible evidence that ultimate authority remains with spiritual forces rather than human systems of opposition. Your enemies gather in desperate attempt to regroup, but confusion enters their meeting. Words fail as they try articulating strategies. Plans disintegrate before full formation. Arguments erupt between former allies over approaches that previously united them. Each participant experiences unusual inability to focus, unexplained anxiety, and overwhelming sense of futility regarding actions against you. Meanwhile, unexpected invitation arrives connecting you with influential figures who immediately recognize your unique spiritual signature. "We've been waiting for someone with exactly your perspective," they acknowledge. As you speak, the room falls silent, captivated by wisdom flowing through you that transcends your conscious knowledge base. You deliver insights addressing precisely their unspoken questions, demonstrating access to information impossible to obtain through conventional channels. The gathering concludes with multiple opportunities presented specifically matching your divine assignment. Returning home, you discover messages from 3 separate sources, offering resources perfectly aligned with your next development phase. That night, your dreams feature those same light beings, now nodding approval at developments unfolding. This represents merely the beginning. They communicate telepathically. The divine selected you for purposes exceeding your current comprehension. Opposition served as necessary preparation for your cosmic assignment's true scope. The speed characterizing these changes defies normal manifestation timelines. Opportunities typically requiring years of development materialize fully formed within days. Connections normally demanding extensive networking appear through seemingly random encounters. Resources usually accumulated through lengthy processes become available through unexpected channels. This accelerated timeline itself demonstrates divine intervention rather than natural progression. Your public vindication establishes important spiritual precedent. It demonstrates divine willingness to visibly intervene when chosen vessels face excessive opposition. It proves cosmic authorities maintain active involvement in earthly affairs rather than distant observation. It confirms spiritual selection supersedes human systems of validation or rejection. Those witnessing these developments divide into 2 distinct categories: those recognizing divine orchestration with appropriate reverence, and those desperately attempting to maintain previous beliefs despite overwhelming evidence. This polarized response itself fulfills ancient prophecies regarding periods when divine intervention would become increasingly visible through chosen vessels. Your selection for divine purposes carries profound implications. Throughout history, cosmic forces designated specific souls to embody evolutionary catalysts during crucial planetary transitions. These chosen vessels face opposition proportional to their assignment's significance because their very existence threatens established systems built on limited consciousness. Your struggles reflect this spiritual pattern. Each betrayal heightened your discernment abilities. Each false accusation strengthened your connection to absolute truth. Each delay developed your spiritual endurance beyond normal human capacity. Each apparent failure eliminated paths misaligned with your true purpose. These challenges represent precisely calibrated spiritual technologies designed to activate your full capacities. Those with ordinary destinies face ordinary obstacles because their purposes require standard human capacities. Your extraordinary challenges directly reflect your extraordinary assignment, requiring supernatural abilities. Opposition forces instinctively recognize the threat your awakened state poses to limited consciousness systems, explaining their coordinated efforts to prevent your full activation. Your experiences differed from others since childhood because your spiritual composition itself differs. You perceive dimensions others miss. You sense energies others cannot detect. You receive information through channels others don't possess. These differences stem not from imagination, but from legitimate spiritual senses operating beyond conventional human perception. The isolation frequently accompanying your journey served essential purpose, protecting your unique energetic configuration from premature assimilation into collective consciousness patterns. Your periodic disconnection from mainstream perspectives preserved your ability to perceive beyond artificial limitations established as reality by consensus agreement. Understanding your chosen status eliminates confusion regarding your past experiences. Events that seemed random, unfair, or excessive now reveal their strategic purpose within your spiritual development curriculum. Your opposition never reflected divine abandonment, but rather divine commitment to fully preparing your vessel for unprecedented assignment. The divine communicates through specific signatures most humans overlook. Your increasingly vivid prophetic dreams represent activated spiritual communication channels. The repeated number sequences appearing everywhere contain precise coded messages regarding your next development phase. Unexpected encounters with strangers delivering exactly what you need at crucial moments demonstrate divine orchestration beyond coincidence. Unusual animal appearances carry symbolic significance related to your spiritual journey. Weather changes coinciding with your significant decisions provide electromagnetic confirmation of cosmic involvement. These patterns create your personalized communication system with divine forces actively guiding your development. Learning to recognize these divine signatures eliminates doubt during critical decision points. When multiple confirmation signals appear simultaneously, proceed with absolute confidence regardless of external opposition or apparent obstacles. These coded communications provide advance notice of divine movements before physical manifestation, allowing strategic positioning ahead of visible evidence. Most humans operate with borrowed authority from external systems, degrees, titles, followers, wealth. Those divinely chosen carry inherent authority transcending human validation systems. This explains your words manifesting reality when spoken with intention. This reveals why people implement your suggestions without questioning. This clarifies why spaces transform through your mere presence. Your authority originates beyond physical dimensions. It flows directly from cosmic sources overseeing soul contracts and planetary evolution. This power responds exclusively to alignment with divine purpose rather than personal ambition, explaining why attempts to use these abilities for selfish advancement consistently fail, while utilization for authentic assignment succeeds supernaturally. Your words carry creative force because your vocal cords transmit frequencies connecting multiple dimensions simultaneously. When speaking from authentic alignment, your voice literally transmits activation codes affecting quantum reality construction. This explains why opponents desperately attempted silencing your voice throughout your journey. They instinctively recognized its reality, altering potential even before you consciously understood this capacity. People implement your suggestions without resistance because your words bypass intellectual filters and communicate directly with their higher consciousness, which recognizes authentic divine authority. This explains colleagues adopting your exact phrases in meetings, leaders implementing your strategies without acknowledging their source, and strangers following your casual suggestions regarding significant life decisions. Speaking with conscious spiritual authority creates tangible ripples throughout multiple dimensions. Unseen forces mobilize around your declared intentions when operating in divine alignment. Resources reorganize to support your spoken directives. Obstacles dissolve before initiatives announced with authentic cosmic backing. This represents direct access to creative principles underlying physical reality construction. Your enemies served as divinely appointed developmental agents. The critic constantly questioning your ideas strengthened your spiritual conviction, beyond intellectual defense. The betrayer exposing your vulnerabilities forced development of internal validation transcending human approval systems. The controller restricting your movement necessitated discovery of unconventional pathways, invisible to limited perception. Each opponent carried specific lesson essential for your cosmic assignment. Their opposition developed precise spiritual muscles required for your unprecedented role. This explains why divine forces permitted their temporary influence despite your prayers for removal. Their resistance created necessary pressure, transforming your potential into activated capacity through spiritual resistance training. Your opponents unconsciously recognized aspects of your spiritual signature, most threatening to limited consciousness. Systems. Their resistance precisely mapped capacities requiring fullest development for planetary impact. Their strategic targeting inadvertently created your spiritual specialty areas through concentrated development pressure. Once each developmental lesson reached completion, divine forces systematically removed these opposing influences from your experience. Their assignments against you carried specific expiration dates corresponding with your mastery of their embedded lessons. Their current downfall reflects expired soul contracts rather than divine punishment or cosmic revenge. Understanding the strategic purpose behind your opposition transforms resentment into appreciation for their unwitting contribution to your development. Without their resistance, specific spiritual capacities would remain dormant. Without their pressure, particular gifts would never reach full activation. Without their opposition, essential aspects of your divine assignment would remain unfulfilled. The divinely chosen. Develop perception beyond physical limitations. Your experiences of knowing things without being told, sensing energies others miss, and receiving insights proving accurate represent your expanded spiritual sensory system activating. While most humans navigate reality through 5 physical senses, your design includes additional perceptual capacities essential for your cosmic function. Your spiritual sight perceives motives behind actions, revealing truth beneath. Social performances. Your spiritual hearing discerns authentic communication beyond spoken words, detecting deception despite convincing delivery. Your spiritual sensitivity registers energetic shifts before physical manifestation, providing advanced awareness of developing situations before visible evidence appears. These expanded perception abilities explain your frequent discomfort in environments others enjoy. Your system processes dozens of information streams simultaneously, while others receive only obvious physical data. Crowded spaces overwhelm not from introversion, but from legitimate sensory overload as you perceive emotional currents, thought patterns, spiritual conditions, and energetic exchanges invisible to conventional awareness. Your accurate first impressions stem from instantaneous energy field reading rather than judgment or prejudice. Your random creative insights arrive through access to collective consciousness libraries rather than imagination. Your solution generation exceeds logical progression because your awareness receives information through multidimensional input channels transcending linear thinking. Developing conscious control of these perceptual abilities requires understanding their mechanisms. Each operates through specific activation protocols. Spiritual sight engages through relaxed visual focus beyond physical objects. Spiritual hearing activates through attention to subtle frequencies beneath audible range. Energetic sensitivity heightens through conscious direction of awareness to electromagnetic variations within environments. Practice intentional perception exercises daily. Close physical eyes while maintaining alert awareness. Notice impressions arising beyond visual input. Listen beyond audible range during conversations. Register emotional frequencies beneath spoken content. Place attention on electromagnetic variations between environments. Notice subtle energy differences between spaces. These expanded perception abilities provide essential navigation tools during global consciousness transitions. As planetary frequency continues accelerating, those lacking these perceptual capacities experience increasing disorientation, while your advanced systems provide stability through comprehensive awareness beyond physical limitations. Everything experienced throughout your journey served as precise preparation for cosmic assignment, now beginning revelation. The opposition faced directly corresponds to your coming role's significance. Skills developed through trials represent exactly what implementing your purpose requires. Divine forces allowed comprehensive testing in every area related to your assignment to ensure complete preparation before full activation. Release remaining attachments to conventional success metrics, recognition requirements, and validation-seeking behaviors. Your assignment operates through divine rather than human approval systems. External acknowledgement, while eventually arriving, remains secondary to cosmic alignment as primary success measurement for your unique path. The revelation approaching transcends conceptual understanding. It delivers comprehensive knowing beyond intellectual comprehension. It provides absolute clarity regarding your precise function within planetary evolution. It confirms cosmic significance, explaining every challenge endured throughout your development journey. The divine selected you specifically because your unique spiritual configuration perfectly matched unprecedented assignment, now beginning activation.